The woman who cleaned the hospital floors looked me straight in the eyes and whispered, "Don't go back to your apartment tonight." I laughed nervously. "I live alone," I said. "What could happen?" Her face turned pale. She leaned closer and said words that froze my blood. "Your ex-boyfriend is planning something terrible." I had no idea how she knew my past, and I never imagined who she really was. "My name is Laura Mitchell. I was admitted to Riverside General Hospital in Chicago, Illinois, after collapsing at work from exhaustion. Nothing serious. Just stress. Too much overtime. Too many sleepless nights. That's what happens when you're trying to rebuild your life after a bad breakup." Every evening around 8 p.m., the same cleaning woman came into my room. She was short, thin, probably in her late 40s. Gray streaks in her hair. Quiet eyes that noticed everything. Her name tag said Martha. She never spoke much. Until one night, I offered her half of my dinner. Hospital food is terrible. That night, I barely touched mine. As Martha finished mopping, I said casually, "Do you want some?" "I'm not hungry." She looked surprised. "No one ever offers," she said softly. From that night on, it became our routine. Every evening, we shared my dinner. She told me small things. She worked nights. She lived alone. She didn't trust easily. Neither did I. 3 months earlier, I had left my ex-boyfriend, Ryan Cole. He was charming at first. Protective. Too protective. Then he became controlling. Who I talked to. Where I went. What I wore. The night I left, he blocked the door and said, "If I can't have you, no one will." I ran. I changed my number. Moved apartments. Cut all contact. Or so I thought. On my 4th night in the hospital, Martha didn't eat. She stood very still. "Something wrong?" I asked. She stared at the door. Then she whispered, "Do not go back to your apartment tonight." I frowned. "Why?" She looked at me sharply. "Does the name Ryan Cole mean anything to you?" My heart stopped. "How do you know that name?" I whispered. Her hands trembled. "He's been asking questions," she said. "About you." My mouth went dry. "Asking who?" I asked. "Security," she replied. "Delivery men. Even patients." I laughed nervously. "That's impossible," I said. "He doesn't know where I live." Martha stepped closer. "He knows now," she said. I shook my head. "You're mistaken." She looked at me with deadly seriousness. "He drives a black sedan," she said. Scratched rear bumper. Illinois plate ending in 9K7. My knees weakened. That was Ryan's car. "How long?" I asked. 2 weeks, she said. "He waits outside at night." I couldn't breathe. "Why are you telling me this?" I asked. Martha's eyes softened. "Because you remind me of someone," she said. "Who?" "My daughter," she replied. I swallowed. "What happened to her?" She didn't answer. Instead, she said, "You need to trust me." A nurse walked in. Martha stepped back instantly. Silent. Invisible. Like nothing had happened. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 5:12 a.m., Martha returned. She leaned close to my bed and whispered words that still haunt me. "If you go back tonight, you will not survive." As she walked away, something slipped from her pocket. A badge. Not a cleaning badge. A law enforcement badge. The badge wasn't a mistake. It was a warning. I stared at the badge lying on the hospital floor. Gold. Worn. Real. It read, "Martha Harris. Detective, Chicago PD." My heart pounded. The woman who cleaned my hospital room every night was a detective. I picked it up with shaking hands. Why would a detective pretend to be a cleaning woman? And why was she protecting me? At 6:30 a.m., Martha returned. She froze when she saw the badge in my hand. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then she sighed. "I hoped you wouldn't see that," she said quietly. "You're a police officer?" I whispered. "Was," she corrected. "Not officially anymore." She closed the door. "Listen carefully," she said. "Because once I tell you this, you can't unknow it." Martha leaned against the wall. "I was suspended," she said. 6 months ago." "For what?" "For refusing to drop a case," she replied. My chest tightened. "What case?" She looked at me. Your ex-boyfriend, she said. Ryan Cole. My breath caught. He's been under investigation for years, she continued. Stalking. Assault. 2 missing women. I covered my mouth. No, I whispered. One of them was my daughter, Martha said. Her daughter's name was Emily Harris. 24 years old. Nursing student. Kind. Trusting. She dated Ryan briefly, Martha said. He seemed perfect. Until he wasn't. She broke up with him, Martha continued. 2 weeks later, she vanished. My eyes burned. The case was labeled runaway, she said bitterly. But I knew better. So you went undercover? I asked. She nodded. I lost my badge, she said. But I didn't lose my purpose. Why here? I asked. Ryan has a pattern, she said. He watches. He waits. He follows women during vulnerable moments, she continued. Hospital stays. Job loss. Breakups. My skin crawled. He cleans himself up, she added. Looks normal. Friendly. That was Ryan. Always watching. Always smiling. Martha pulled out a small flash drive. I shouldn't show you this, she said. She plugged it into the room TV. Security footage played. There was Ryan. In the hospital lobby. Talking to a nurse. Laughing. My blood froze. He asked about your discharge date, Martha said. And your address. I felt sick. How did he get it? She looked away. He didn't, she said. Yet? Martha turned to me. He's planning something tonight, she said. I don't know exactly what. What do I do? I asked. She didn't hesitate. You don't go home, she said. You disappear. Just then, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. One message. I know you're awake, Laura. My phone buzzed again. And this time I knew I wasn't safe anywhere. The screen lit up. Unknown number. I know you're awake, Laura. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped the phone. How does he know? I whispered. Martha's jaw tightened. Because he's closer than you think, she said. Another message appeared. You still like the left side of the bed. My stomach twisted. Only Ryan knew that. I changed everything, I said. My number, my accounts, everything. Martha nodded slowly. He didn't find you, she said. You never left him. What does that mean? He planted himself into your routine, she said. Before you escaped. She took my phone. Did he ever set up your Wi-Fi? She asked. Yes, I whispered. Your laptop? Yes. Your phone backup? Yes. She looked at me with pity. He didn't just date you, she said. He mapped you. Martha explained calmly. Ryan didn't need to follow me physically all the time. He watched digitally. My calendar. My sleep patterns. My hospital admission. He knew you collapsed, she said. He knew you'd end up here. My skin crawled. He didn't chase you, Martha continued. He waited. Martha reached into her cleaning cart and pulled out something small. A black cube. What is that? I asked. A hidden camera, she said. She placed it on the bed. I found it in your apartment ventilation last week. My breath caught. You were in my apartment? Yes, she said. Because Ryan was. Martha's voice dropped. 3 nights ago, she said. He broke into your apartment. My heart slammed. He waited, she continued. For hours. For what? I whispered. For confirmation, she said. That you were discharged. I covered my mouth. But you weren't, she said. So he left. I felt dizzy. He was sitting on my couch, I whispered. Martha nodded. Touching your things. You're not going home, Martha said firmly. Where do I go? I asked. She met my eyes. I have a safe place, she said. Off the grid. But he'll find me, I said. Not if you become someone else, she replied. My phone buzzed again. Another message. You always forget to lock the bathroom window. I started crying. Martha took my phone and typed one reply. Stop contacting me. Ryan replied instantly. Soon. Suddenly, Martha's radio crackled. Security voice, urgent. Suspicious male asking about room 412. My room. He was in the hospital. And he was asking for me by name. Martha grabbed the radio. Repeat that, she said calmly, though her face had gone pale. The voice crackled again. Male, mid-30s, black jacket, asking staff about Laura Mitchell, room 412. My heart nearly stopped. That's him, I whispered. Martha was already moving. Shoes. Jacket. Now, she said. What about discharge papers? I asked. She shook her head. You're leaving the back way, she said. Paperwork can wait. Your life can't. Martha pulled a spare cleaning uniform from her cart. Put this on, she ordered. I stared at her. Are you serious? Dead serious, she replied. 2 minutes later, I looked like her. Hair tucked into a cap. Loose scrubs. Head down. She handed me a mop. Don't look up, she whispered. Walk like you belong. We stepped into the corridor. My heart was pounding so loudly I was sure everyone could hear it. Then, I saw him. Ryan Cole. Standing near the nurse's station. Smiling. Talking casually. As if he wasn't hunting me. He looked exactly the same. Clean. Calm. Familiar. My knees nearly buckled. Eyes down, Martha murmured. We walked closer. Closer. Every step felt like walking into fire. As we passed, Ryan turned his head. My breath stopped. His eyes scanned the hallway. Slow. Careful. I lowered my face, pretending to adjust the mop. He stared. For one terrifying second. I knew he felt something. Martha bumped into him on purpose. Oh. Sorry, she said gruffly. Ryan blinked. Smiled politely. No problem, he said. And just like that, we were past him. Martha pushed open the stairwell door. We ran. Down 4 flights. Out a service exit. Cold night air hit my lungs. I gasped. I was shaking so hard I could barely stand. He was right there, I whispered. Martha nodded grimly. And now he knows you're here, she said. He won't stop. We drove in silence for 10 minutes. Then Martha spoke. Ryan doesn't kill quickly, she said. My stomach tightened. He isolates, she continued. Controls. Breaks. Like he did to me, I said. Yes, she replied. But others didn't escape. I looked at her. How many? She swallowed. 3 confirmed, she said. Possibly more. My chest burned. And your daughter? I asked softly. Martha's eyes glistened. We never found her body, she said. But I know. We stopped outside an old brick building. No sign. No lights. What is this? I asked. A domestic violence safe house, Martha said. Unofficial. She looked at me. You'll stay here tonight. And tomorrow? I asked. Martha's jaw tightened. Tomorrow, she said. We end this. As we stepped inside, my phone buzzed again. One new message. From Ryan. I saw you in the hallway. The safe house phone rang once. Then stopped. And Martha whispered the words I feared most. He found us. I stared at my phone. Ryan. I saw you in the hallway. My hand shook. He's lying, I said, trying to convince myself. He's trying to scare me. Martha didn't answer. She was checking the windows. The locks. The street outside. He doesn't bluff, she said quietly. That's how he controls. The building was old but solid. 3 women inside. 2 children asleep in another room. No phones near windows. No lights after midnight. No names spoken out loud. You follow the rules, you survive, the coordinator said. I nodded. But my heart wouldn't slow. At 1:12 a.m., my phone vibrated again. A photo. My blood ran cold. It was the front door of the safe house. Taken from across the street. Timestamp, 1 minute ago. I covered my mouth to stop myself from screaming. He's here, I whispered. Martha looked at the screen. Her face hardened. Everyone move, she ordered. The lights went out. Children cried. Someone screamed. Panic filled the room. He planned this, Martha said. Backup generator, now. The coordinator ran. Footsteps thundered above us. Someone was inside. A silhouette appeared at the end of the hallway. Ryan's voice floated through the darkness. Laura, he said softly. I just want to talk. I felt frozen. You don't have to hide anymore. Martha stepped in front of me. Police are on the way, she shouted. Ryan laughed. You think I'd come unprepared? A door slammed. Glass shattered. Martha turned to me. This is where you listen, she said firmly. No arguments. She pressed keys into my hand. Basement exit. Run. What about you? I cried. She smiled sadly. I've been chasing him for 6 months, she said. I'm not running now. Ryan stepped closer. His face appeared in the emergency light. Calm. Focused. Dangerous. I knew you'd help her, he said to Martha. Just like you helped the others. Martha raised her weapon. For Emily, she said. A gunshot echoed. I ran down the basement stairs as sirens screamed outside. Behind me. Ryan shouted my name. And Martha screamed. I reached the bottom of the basement stairs and heard the sound that told me everything had changed forever. The scream echoed through the building. Not mine. Martha's. I froze. Every instinct told me to keep running, but my feet wouldn't move. Then, sirens exploded outside. Police cars. Shouting. Heavy boots pounding on concrete. Ryan's voice vanished. Gunshots echoed again, this time louder, closer. And then, silence. Police found me shaking behind a dumpster in the alley. Minutes later, an officer approached. His face was serious, but calm. It's over, he said. I looked up. What about Martha? I whispered. He nodded slowly. She's alive. Relief crashed through me so hard I almost collapsed. And Ryan? I asked. The officer hesitated. He didn't make it, he said. Ryan Cole was dead. Shot while trying to flee. For the first time in months. I could breathe. I saw Martha 2 days later in the hospital. This time, she was the patient. Bandage across her shoulder. Still standing strong. You saved my life, I whispered. She smiled faintly. No, she said. You saved your own. I hesitated. What really happened to your daughter? I asked. Her eyes filled with tears. Ryan killed her, she said softly. We finally proved it. Evidence found in his car. His apartment. A storage unit. Emily Harris had justice. Even if it came too late. Why did you help me? I asked. Martha took my hand. Because I saw the signs, she said. The fear. The exhaustion. The silence. She squeezed my fingers. And because someone once ignored those signs for my daughter. I cried. And she let me. 3 months later. I moved to Madison, Wisconsin. New job. New apartment. New locks. New boundaries. Martha retired officially. She no longer needed to chase monsters. She helped train young officers instead, turning pain into purpose. I still think about the hospital. About shared dinners. About a cleaning woman who was never just a cleaner. She was a mother. A protector. A warrior. And she saved my life without asking for anything in return. I once believed kindness was small. A shared meal. A quiet conversation. Now I know better. Sometimes kindness is a warning whispered in the dark. Sometimes it's a woman who refuses to look away. And sometimes, it's the reason you're still alive. If this story moved you, scared you, or made you think, like this video to spread awareness. Share it with someone who may need a warning. Subscribe for powerful stories about survival, courage, and hidden heroes. Because listening to the right voice, at the right moment, can save a life.